This morning for you on Daybreak, Missouri sees its first death from COVID-19.
And how Dollar General and other stores are accommodating higher risk groups of people who may be exposed to the coronavirus.
Also, e-learning is becoming a new norm for teachers and students. We'll take you down to Arkansas, show you how one school there is innovating its teachings. That's all this morning for you on Daybreak.
Good morning and welcome back into the show. It is Thursday, March 19th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. We've got a lot to get to this morning, including the first day of spring, which doesn't happen until tonight. But you know what? We're getting it with some raindrops, right?
Yesterday afternoon, I did hear some birds chirping, saw some flowers springing up.
You get that feeling? It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spring feel.
But along with spring comes a lot of wetness typically, right, Elisa?
Right. We still have a couple of hours. It officially begins at 10:59 p.m. And with the warm temperatures today will come in increasing severe risk. So it will feel good, but it will fuel some showers and storms. We're looking at some showers and storms out there this morning. We've got a line of these storms stretching from Mount Vernon through Willard and then up top towards Fair Grove. Could have some gusty winds along this line. We've already seen some heavy rain and lightning. We've got a flash flood warning in effect until 10 a.m. for parts of Barton and Jasper counties near Joplin. Another one that goes until 11:30 for Barry, Lawrence, and McDonald counties. And then another one just to the east of there for Barry, Christian, and Stone. It looks like this was extended through 5:15 p.m. So what we're finding in each of these flash flood warnings is about 2 inches of rain fell very quickly, and flash flooding is happening there right now. So please be careful on the roads this morning. Temperatures are in the 60s, so very warm and muggy start. We'll have some wet roads through the afternoon. Again, some of them could be flooded, so be careful there. We'll keep temperatures very warm today, making it into the lower 70s by this afternoon, but that will only add as juice and fuel for those storms. Flash flood watches go until 7, and here's our severe risk for today. Details on this coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Elisa. On Wednesday, Governor Mike Parson announced the first COVID-19 death in Missouri. The patient was in their 60s and tested positive for the coronavirus just the day before. It's believed the virus was contracted through travel. 6 emergency responders who treated the victim are also now in quarantine.
But this is reinforcement that COVID-19 is really here, and we really need to do our part in taking care of our sick and needy people.
9 people tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday in the Show Me State. That includes the first 2 confirmed cases in Christian County as well. 2 of them are physicians from St. Louis, but both were not working with patients recently. There are now 24 total positive cases in Missouri.
Seniors and people with disabilities now have a new option to avoid grocery lines during this pandemic. Nigel McDonald is live in Springfield to show us how one company here is taking steps to accommodate the most vulnerable. Nigel, good morning.
Well, good morning, Lauren. Dollar General announced on Tuesday that it's dedicating its first hour of operations to its senior and at-risk customers. Now, I met with a couple who says they are thankful for the change.
It's like you're holding on to gold there.
Yeah, really.
Dollar General is working to help customers like Debbie Skurlock purchase items they need by encouraging shoppers to reserve the first hour of operation for its senior and other at-risk customers.
With their guidelines saying, you know, we should avoid crowds and stay home, but when you have to come every day trying to find products you need.
Dollar General spokesperson Crystal Gassimi says while the change isn't mandatory, they are encouraging those who can wait at least 1 hour before coming to shop to do so.
To be able to allow some of our more at-risk neighbors to be able to come in and purchase what they need first thing in the morning so they can get home.
Gassimi says signage has been placed on store doors to remind customers of the change. She says there are also purchase limits on certain items.
We do have limits of 3, particularly on paper products and wipes right now, and so we are asking folks to use discretion in purchasing those items.
Gassimi says stores will also close 1 hour earlier to allow employees to clean and restock store shelves.
We are actively working with our vendor community to be able to order additional supplies to get them into our distribution centers and our stores.
She says shoppers are encouraged to only purchase what they need as retailers as a whole work to combat shortages.
It helps a lot. It's beneficial.
Well, since the announcement, other stores have also made an announcement for efforts to help accommodate those most at risk, including Target and Hy-Vee. Reporting live in Springfield, Nigel McDonald, Ozarks First.
Moving on, even though the Boys and Girls Club decided it's best if kids also practice social distancing and closing, and it's closing the club for now and are still providing free meals for club members each day. There are 3 locations. Members can do a drive-through pickup without having to get out of the car. Each unit has a list of the members so they can easily be marked off when they receive food for the day. The club already served over 500 people, and each member gets 3 meals a day. Only at this Fremont unit we visited, they are receiving donations to be able to keep giving out those meals.
We'll sanitize, disperse it between the clubs, and we are hoping that by keeping it at one location, we can keep better control over ensuring that it's safe to give out to our families.
And we've got a better idea of what locations are best for you to visit to and try and get some food by finding this story over on ozarksfirst.com.
In your news around the region, the governor of Illinois held a press conference. Governor J.B. Pritzker had not been happy with the feds and their handling of the testing process, the federal government that is. Now he says it's getting better and almost up to speed.
Proud to say that the team at that lab are doing a terrific job on behalf of the people of the state of Illinois.
The governor, stating the state needs more manpower for a variety of functions, has called on 60 National Guard troops to soon be on the front lines of the coronavirus, with more joining them in the future. And in Arkansas, the Fayetteville mayor addressed the city after a presumptive positive case was reported in Washington County. He says he does not have the authority to shut down business in Fayetteville, though, but is closing City Hall to the public with staff working from home. Emergency responders are limiting their exposure to the public. Yesterday, Mayor Jordan offered social distancing for restaurants and bars, ordering them to abide by that. He adds the city has a $3 million fund to deal with the growing health crisis.
My friends, please stay home if you can. Employers, please allow your workers to work remotely as much as possible. Follow CDC and Arkansas Department of Health guidelines for protecting yourself and others. We're in this together, and we will certainly get through this together.
The mayor says a curfew will not be implemented right now, but that could change.
More COVID-19 drive-through clinics are opening in Northwest Arkansas. Multiple treatment sites are in Siloam Springs, Rogers, and Prairie Grove. Patients with fever, cough, and shortness of breath are recommended to call and make an appointment to get screened. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Gary Berner says the outdoor sites will help keep patients and staff inside the clinics a little bit safer.
What we're trying to do is have, kind of multiple layers of triage so that we can then help to get higher risk patients to these outdoor testing sites, and then do our best not to have patients come into our routine medical clinics and then, accidentally have an exposure there in our clinic.
The community clinic is testing based on current CDC screening and test guidelines.
A man who threatened to spread the coronavirus around the world after being infected in Japan has now died. The man in his 50s was found to be infected earlier this month, then reportedly told people around him he would go out to spread the virus instead of quarantining himself at home. According to authorities, the man had been hospitalized after the infection was confirmed on March 4th. Reports say before that time he visited a restaurant. He was also suffering from liver cancer.
There was 0 new cases of domestic transmission of COVID-19 reported on the Chinese mainland yesterday. More than 800 patients were cured and discharged from the hospital, and over 1,000 close contacts were released from medical observation, with the number of severe cases decreasing by 308. China is still facing, though, over 7,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases.
We're starting out with some showers and rumbles of thunder out there this morning. We've got a couple of different flash flood warnings in effect, where flash flooding is occurring at Roaring River State Park. Details on a severe threat for this afternoon coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.